Known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, Ilha de Mozambique is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This idyllic island, famed for its beauty and history, became a scene of tragedy this week.
And they were fleeing because of rumours of a cholera outbreak in the area and trying to reach Mozambique Island, which is located a few kilometres offshore. And tragically, that boat was hit by a wave. Many of those people were then washed into the sea, and many of them tragically drowned.
Cholera is endemic to Mozambique, with government confirming almost 15,000 cases of cholera and 32 deaths since October. But Silvério Noewaito, administrator of the island of Mozambique, attributes this tragic event to dangerous misinformation.
It has never been confirmed or called at any local clinic a cholera outbreak or an epidemic. So unfortunately, what they had was really misinformation. But where that information came from or how it started, we don't know. It's an enigma. And for now onwards, we will work hard and fix this misinformation once and for all.
Mozambique is one of the poorest countries in the world. Juliana Lamares, who works every day with children in this area, believes lives could have been saved if there were higher literacy rates and improved education.
When you are not educated, you believe in things that say to you, or you believe in things that you didn't saw at all, but you believe in that. And you believe with all your strength and all your faith. And I think that is a big problem here. In that kind of communities, it's really difficult for a kid to go to a school or to learn.
In recent months, the province has also received a large influx of people fleeing a wave of jihadist attacks from its northern neighbor in Cabo Delgado, straining further limited healthcare facilities and sanitation infrastructure. The fight against misinformation remains just as crucial as the fight against cholera. Julie Shara, CGTN, Ilha de Mozambique, Nampula Province.
Let's now get the latest from the ground. Our correspondent Julie Shah joins us from Ilha de Mozambique, the island of Mozambique. Julie, Mozambican government attributes rising cholera cases there to dangerous misinformation. What measures have been introduced to curb this?
So a lot of the measures that have been introduced, Penina, have been primarily from UNICEF and also the government, and they have been working together on the ground in several provinces around Mozambique. And what they usually do is they go to health clinics, they do theaters, they make it interactive so that people who are not literate are able to understand what are the dangers of cholera. So they make a little theater where a husband and wife, and the husband doesn't believe in washing hands or that he must drink the water from a stable source and that has not been contaminated. So there has been a lot of mobilization when it comes to cholera in several provinces across Mozambique. But the problem is that there are so many remote villages that the information does not get there. And as much as the efforts are being done to curb cholera and to try and explain to the population that cholera is indeed a very dangerous disease, but there are precautions that you can survive cholera cases if taken to a cholera center or to a hospital immediately. But unfortunately, what we believe happened with this story that tragically caused the deaths of 98 people is that they were in a village. The information is very limited there. They believe that a community member maybe said something. Then we hear that there were rumors that one person heard this and then panicked and told the neighbor, and then they all decided to leave Lunga on, unfortunately, that makeshift vessel, Penina.
Right, so really tragic, Julie. As you said, 98 people dead, 13 we understand survived, and 3 remain missing. What is the latest in the recovery efforts as well as the burials of the victims?
So the recovery efforts seem to be ongoing, they say so. I have not really seen anything. Life is pretty much back to normal here. It is the 3rd day of national mourning in Mozambique. life is going on as normal. But what we have seen, and a community member took me to one of the cemeteries in Jimbese, which is on the other side where the majority of the bodies washed up. And we visited that cemetery, very somber. At the time it was raining and there were some family members there. And what was evident, Penina, is the size of the tombs. When I mean tombs, it was holes dug in the sand, and very simply put with a flower on top or a brick or something that could just represent that somebody has been put in there. And unfortunately, 31 people are put into that cemetery, and the majority of them were children. So life is going on as normal here, but there is this sense that this can never happen again. And from the people I spoke, they really believe that it was lack of education, lack of knowledge of how this could have been prevented.
Julie, the Transport Minister was critical of the use of unregistered boats in the area. What has been the response, considering these are key transport means in that area?
Penina, the minister was here, and I think what happens is that we need to understand on the ground the situation. Mozambique is an extremely poor country. We have these fishermen who are here, and they just go around in their vessels. The transportation system is a problem. Roads is a problem. Roads are falling to pieces. Connections between big cities and villages have been cut off, primarily for infrastructure reasons and lack of infrastructure, but also climate change. There has been a lot of extreme weather patterns that have hit this country that is prone to extreme patterns and to climate change. But the transportation at this moment remains very much the same. It's going to have to take a lot of effort. It's going to have to come from government, mainly from Maputo, and we will be following up on this situation. But for now, these populations, they have no other means of getting anywhere. So they actually thought that they would have been safe on that boat. We must remember that many of them did not know how to swim. So another factor that is crucial here is those that maybe knew how to swim, they could have saved themselves. But the majority, again, were children, women. There were many pregnant women on the vessel as well. So these measures will have to be taken into consideration. But for now, this population, this community is absolutely in shock with what happened. But I think it sheds a light on how this infrastructure has been dilapidated over the years and how transport really is a crucial place to start with.